Star Wars: The Last Jedi came out recently, and it left many fans and audience members divided, with many people hating it, many loving it, and many confused about how they feel. In a way, I think everybody is right, and I'm not just trying to play galactic peacekeeper here. I think the Star Wars problem is because J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens and Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi have completely different chemistry, and the chemistry is causing a bad reaction. Before we get into this, it probably goes without saying, but there's gonna be spoilers here. You probably knew this when you clicked on the video, but in case you didn't, pause the video, just see the movie already. There's gonna be some spoilers in a second. The problem with The Last Jedi is chemistry. And when I say that, I don't mean romantic chemistry. And I don't mean sexual chemistry. I mean chemistry. The science of storytelling. Storytelling is an art, but there's also a science to it. The problems we feel in the new Star Wars movies can be tied to the fact that J.J. Abrams, the writer-director of The Force Awakens, and Rian Johnson, the writer-director of The Last Jedi, have a different science of storytelling that are at odds with one another. Now, J.J. Abrams tells stories based on potential energy. As he's mentioned in his TED Talk, he's fascinated with this idea of the mystery box.
Well, what are stories but mystery boxes? Look at like Star Wars, you got the droids, they meet the mysterious woman. Who's that? We don't know. Mystery box, you know. Then you meet Luke Skywalker, he gets the droid, you see the holographic image, you learn, oh, it's a message, you know, she wants to, you know, find Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's her only hope. But who the hell is Obi-Wan Kenobi? Mystery box.
This is a man who definitely turns off the movie VIII when there's 10 minutes left in the movie.
Oh, what's in the box?
He doesn't want to know. JJ wants to tell a story based on potential energy. Every character, every setting, every plot point contains a mystery and is thus overflowing with potential energy. What a story could be is the story. Who a character could be is the character. JJ loves the potential a mystery creates and how the possible answers can fascinate an audience, a trait you might remember overstaying its welcome in other JJ works like Lost or Fringe. And we see this everywhere in The Force Awakens. Who are Rey's parents? Where is Luke hiding? Who is Kylo Ren? Who is Snoke? What happened at the Jedi Temple? These are all questions that invoke the potential energy of story and character. This is how J.J. Abrams tells a story. The world's possibilities are what define it. However, Rian Johnson tells a story based on kinetic energy, objects in motion. Characters and plot are constantly moving forward. Johnson's storytelling technique has no time for questions of what, how, and could. Rian's is a story of is, are, and now. Instead of lingering on potential, like what is Luke thinking when Rey hands him the lightsaber, the moment is gone in the blink of an eye and we're moving forward. Instead of hovering on the mystery of who is Snoke and who are Rey's parents, these are resolved in one scene, choosing instead to move focus to the present, on the interaction between Rey and Kylo as they move forward in their journey. Both of these are great ways to tell a story. Neither is right, neither wrong, just different. But where it becomes a problem is when you put these different styles next to each other in a trilogy. I think Rian Johnson was the wrong person to create a second movie in a trilogy kicked off by J.J. Abrams, but would have been a great person to helm the third film. To help visualize the metaphor, here's real-life footage of the Apollo 11 space launch. Think of JJ's The Force Awakens as the story of the control room and the shuttle on the launch pad. The story of what could be, the potential energy and mystery of what will happen, a story at rest. Rian Johnson's story is the story of Apollo 11 soaring through the atmosphere, the difficulty of staying on course, and the kinetic energy of what is happening, a story in motion. But what's missing here? Between these two shots should be the chemical reaction, the phase transition. The problem is that these two parts, the launch pad and traveling through space, do not go together in this sequence. To tie them together, you need to see this.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The reason some people love The Force Awakens and hate The Last Jedi is the same reason some people feel the opposite. These two do not go together, and it's easy to blame either for feeling like there's something missing. Rian Johnson has effectively finished a lot of what JJ started in the first movie, but did it so fast it seems jarring and unexplored. I think the opportunity Disney missed out on was to have J.J. Abrams direct the first movie, start with potential energy and what could happen, but have Rian Johnson direct the third movie, focusing on kinetic energy and all those parts in motion and closing out the mysteries. But have a second movie directed by someone who can emphasize the chemical reaction that ties the two together. A director who is the story equivalent of a phase transition, exploring and expanding on the potential energy of JJ and handing over to the kinetic energy of Ryan. A few directors who excel at this include Brad Bird, who helped transition the Mission Impossible series into a post-JJ franchise, or Ryan Coogler, who did a great job of transition with Creed, or Justin Lin, who transitioned the Fast and Furious movies into what they are today. There's nothing wrong with JJ's storytelling style of potential energy, and there's nothing wrong with Ryan's storytelling style of kinetic energy. But in a trilogy, without a catalyst in the middle to cause a chemical reaction, one style can easily seem too boring and mysterious, and one can seem too forceful and absolute. And it's not either movie's fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not the fault of what's there, but the fault of what isn't. The problem is, it's hard to blame what you don't see. And that's the chemistry problem with Star Wars. Thanks for watching, and I just want to give a quick thank you to our friends over at Rode Microphones. This is not a paid endorsement or advertisement in any way. We've been a big fan of their product. We've been using their Video Mic Pro for ages on this channel now, and because they're supporters of us, they were kind enough recently to send us their NTG4 Plus boom microphone and their Filmmaker Kit lapel microphone. And we love these products, and we really appreciate that they sent them to us and that they're going to help this channel keep sounding buttery and smooth like it's always sounded. If you're a filmmaker, podcaster, whatever you do, if you need good sound, check out Rode Microphones. But what did you think of Last Jedi? Sound off in the comments and let me know what you think. I'm sincerely interested because this seems to have divided everybody. Let me know what you think. The only thing I ask is just be civil in that comment section down there. Let's be good to each other. I know there's a lot of mixed emotions, but be kind. It's the holidays. Also, for all you scientist types, I know that the science is not accurate in this metaphor. Everything is simplified and a little bit mixed just for the sake of the analogy, so please just roll with me on that one. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on The Last Jedi, be sure to subscribe to our podcast, Talk from Superheroes. Search Talk from Superheroes wherever you get your podcasts, or visit talkfromsuperheroes.com. And as well, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, hit that little bell button to be notified whenever we have new videos go up. All the content on this channel is free, so why not? And if you do want to support the channel, be sure to check us out on Patreon to get cool exclusives, bonuses, and all kinds of fun stuff. See you next time.